Hi, this is Kevin Deal from Upscale Audio, and today I have a very special guest. And I'm going to talk slower because this is the third time I've screwed it up. This is Dave Nauber, who is the CEO of T+A America. Did I do it right?
Pretty close.
For crying out loud, man. Anyway, look, we had a big event last night. I think I'm kind of just still bleary from having a bunch of people. We had T+A in every room. We had a bunch of just tons of goodies, and it was epic. And we love T+A so much. I was very skeptical. I mean, everybody was telling me, we got something, it's this, it's that. And I just was not that familiar with it. But for crying out loud, in Germany, T+A is what?
The biggest high-end brand of Germany.
It is the #1 high-end brand in Germany, and in Europe, it's in like the top.
It's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, top 2 or 3, right? I mean, pretty much throughout Europe. I mean, it is the brand, but I still didn't get it until I learned about their the campus, which I want to go see.
Yeah, you should come for sure.
Yeah. And the campus, how many, this is what I love, right? Some of these companies that have one dude that says, oh, I used to have a top secret clearance on a nuclear submarine, and here's my magic box. How does it work? Oh, I can't tell you. It is so esoteric, it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind, right? But that's not what you guys are about in Germany.
No, T+A stands for theory and application, and it's a very technology, engineering-driven company. We have scientists, we have engineers, physicists, I should say, who are scientists and engineers, 15 in total. Large group of people, 60% of whom have been with us for more than 25 years, so it's a very dedicated, very capable staff.
And you can go search out T+A. I think they have, maybe we'll put a link to the video so you can see what the company's about and the factory and so on. But and so Ash, who works for us, who's an EE, he said, Kevin, you're good when you hear it and when you learn about the company. And now I've heard it and I've learned about the company. And this is their largest selling SKU, the DAC 200. And I didn't know why, I didn't know what until I saw them selling all the time. And then I got to actually spend time with it last night because it was in my demo room I was in charge of. And man, it is epic. So what makes it work?
Well, there are a lot of things always that go into a design. You have to, as an engineer, you have to approach each problem with what do I want to do? What are the trade-offs I have to make? This is a product that exists at a $7,600, $7,620 price point, which for most people is a pretty high price point. In the T+A world, it's kind of entry plus, so we make some much more expensive things. This takes the knowledge that we have from those very expensive things and puts it into a very convenient package. It has a couple of key features. One of them is called path separation technology. And it's a very simple way of saying that if you have a DSD signal, it will have a completely separate path through the DAC from the PCM signals. Other DACs take DSD signals, and at the last moment, they'll convert them to PCM before actually converting them to analog. So this has a true discrete 1-bit converter developed by T+A, which makes it unique. So that's the first thing. DSD 1024, super high performance on a DSD path, and then of course super performance on a PCM path. You have a 32-bit 768 kilohertz signal path. There are 8 DACs, so that means 4 per channel. Each channel has 2 differential DACs, so it's executed at this very high level. It uses HV technology, which if you learn about our reference series components, HV stands for high voltage. That sort of thing is used here, so we don't use any integrated circuits or op-amps in the analog signal path. So it's fully discrete. There are separate power supplies for the digital and the analog section, and there's complete galvanic isolation, which means there's no electrical connection between the analog and digital side. So the analog enjoys a completely separate, clean source of power. It has an output stage that allows you to control volume. So you can connect the DAC 200 to your amplifier.
Which is what we did last night.
Yeah, and it makes for a super efficient way to get the signal from a DAC into an amplifier without adding a lot of extra stuff and a lot of extra cost and losing performance in the translation with extra cables and a lot of extra circuitry. So the simple way that this is done is with a discrete volume control.
If you go up and down, you're going to hear what I've called in my other videos, because not a lot of products have this, I call it the click of quality, which is relays.
Yeah. So you can have digital volume control, which has its challenges. You can have an op-amp or an integrated circuit, which wouldn't work for us anyway because we use high voltage circuitry, which means no op-amps in the signal path. So precision resistors give you absolutely the most high quality, low noise, predictable, forever result. And the way that they're switched is with gas-tight, gold-plated latching relays. And what that means, gold-plated, of course, means they won't corrode. Gas-tight means that there won't be any contaminants that get into the body or the chassis of the relay itself to degrade the performance over years. And the latching part is maybe the most important. Most relays, well, when you use a relay, it's got two positions. Think of it as on or off. And a latching relay is one where when you put it in one of those two positions, it will stay there. You take the power away and it stays there. So when the volume is finally chosen, the power is removed from the relays.
Right.
So there's no other power outside of the audio signal going through the resistors. It's the purest way you can do a volume control.
Right on, right on. Now, so if somebody wants to use this and only this, but what if they have another source of some sort? Can they?
Super flexible. So there's one analog input,
right,
which will accommodate maybe an outboard phono stage or some other analog source. Most people don't have very many analog sources these days.
Right.
There's a whole suite of digital inputs. So pretty much no matter what you have, it could be a USB input, SPDIF, optical, AES, EBU, BNC, and so on. It even has optional HDMI. So if you want to add that, it's a $600 option, and you could use this in a system that has a television and simplify the switching. Passes the audio straight through.
Right on. So if somebody's wants a a badass system, they could take and get a phono stage, run that out into this, and then they'd have all their digital needs handled, period, even their TV set. I mean, they would be able to have everything cooking.
That's right.
For an amazing system and still have it hooked up to go up to a monitor or something and have it all handled. Because when I heard it last night, I mean, I was convinced. And in fact, one of the guys that was at the show bought one. He walked out with one, and I could see why. It comes with a remote.
Yep, remote control.
It's a nice remote too. I mean, it's everything that you make, everything that they make is the machine work, and the way that it feels is absolutely awesome. So anything else that we're missing here?
Well, you may notice the meters on the front.
What's that about?
Output level is the normal way that you would use them, but there are other modes they can be in. So you can look at how clean is the incoming digital signal, for example. You can change the colors. So there's a completely adjustable red, green, and blue. You can adjust the relative amounts and create pretty much any color you want on the meter, which I think is kind of cool.
And then we were using the MP200 with this last night, which
right.
is your
That's
streamer.
the multi-source. Yeah, it's a multi-source player. You can buy. Everybody knows you can buy a streamer today. Some streaming components also have a DAC inside. Some DACs have a streamer inside. This DAC has no streamer inside. If you took the cover off, you'd see that, well, okay, there's no space for one anyway. But with the MP200 as an outboard unit, you have a disc player, a streamer, and even an FM tuner. So it's a multi-source player, and for streaming quality, which I think many people don't quite realize matters, it delivers amazing streaming quality. So,
let me tell you, the quality of the streamer is epic.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. And you just have to listen. You know, most people think about the streamer as being something that is all about the interface, but when it comes to sound quality, most streamers on the market are really just not that good sounding compared to what you can do.
Yeah. I think it is absolutely amazing. And then for outputs, it has
both balanced and single-ended outputs.
Right on. God, I don't know. Look. Come to our beautiful store and we will play this for you, or call up and talk to our non-commissioned salespeople. We really want to make sure that you are happy. And, you know, because they're not on commission, if you buy one of these or another digital product and you need a little hand holding, I mean, and that's what I got to say to all the old geezers out there. I'm an old geezer and I got it. I want to play my CDs. Well, what about if you want to hear just that one crazy song, something from Melanie, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. What are you going to do? Go buy that CD to go hear Melanie sing that song? Hell no. Start streaming and live your life. You don't have a lot of years left if you're at my age. Don't waste it on just playing those same old CDs over and over. Plus, you're not going to be able to get out of your chair. Have everything at your fingertips. I want to thank Dave Nauber for coming out here and talking about this and the other T+A stuff. We're super excited to have you folks on board.
We're thrilled to have Upscale Audio as a dealer.
I got a good team, huh?
You got a great team. The event last night was epic. Unbelievable. Super job. Very, I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, it was great.
Thanks for the support. It's been awesome.
You're rocking. Thanks, everybody.